Welcome to Forgotten Realms. Journey through a fantasy world with mystery, danger, and excitement hidden around every corner. Park guests choose a class and a role they will take in their party. This park has hidden employees observing and controlling each unique action zone. The experience of this park takes the immersive aspects of D&D, but takes care of stats, inventory, etc. for the player through the use of their token. Each class uses a unique type of token that will track their progress and allow them entry into special areas of the park. Tokens can be integrated into weapons, armor, or jewelry. A battle arena serves as a hub in this diverse park. The arena may be used to battle, socialize, eat, and to discover new quests that are posted dozens of times per day. Even the map system is mysterious here. You can find several different partial versions of the map, but none of them are perfect. And you never know what new attractions may have been added since your last visit. These are hidden and must be discovered. Stores, restaurants, and bars have the infrastructure of a modern theme park, but the quirk, charm, and hazards of small fantasy businesses. Just a note to any listener who hasn't heard the original Forgotten Realms episode, D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. It is a role-playing game, or RPG, and basically that means a group of people will play together. Most of them will inhabit the role of a player, and they're basically characters in a story that is written by someone called the Dungeon Master, or DM as we usually call them. So it's basically a social game that involves a story with specific stats and inventory items and that kind of thing to kind of track the player's progress along this story arc. One thing that I wanted to add on right away was to put specific time and party member requirements on those quest posts that we're going to put out. So basically the way that the park works is a guest will see a post go up for a specific quest, and they'll go look at it and they'll say, specifically, we're trying to track down whoever's robbing these people of this item or whatever. And so then they'll say, oh, that looks like a job we can do. And then just, as a nicety to our park guests, it'll also say how many people you have to have in your party to complete the quest and how long it might take approximately. And then they can go and take down that post and go do their quest in their unique action zone. Another thing was I would like to change the name of the action zones because I think it sounds kind of dorky. An action zone is basically just a room that is equipped to add some kind of exciting action to the story that's going on within that room. And they're private for just one group to be in at a time.
Have you played D&D?
I've played it, yeah. I've always liked role-playing games ever since elementary school. It's when I first got into them. Both as a dungeon master, as the creative side of things, where you get to create the scenario and create the maps and the enemies. And I just like being creative. And then I also like playing it because you're basically kind of climbing into one of your friend's head. They made this whole world. Sure. And you're exploring it, and it's kind of a cool, almost intimate act. It's like if your friend made a movie, you would definitely watch that movie. So if your friend is dungeon mastering, DMing a game, you should play it because they put a lot of work into that thing, and it's someone you care about. It's pretty cool.
That was one of the things listening to the podcast, if I remember correctly, that I was thinking about. It was that side of it. The inhabiting the role side of it seemed to be very prevalent, but it seemed like the dungeon master side, the manipulator side, seemed to be a little bit less.
Absolutely, you're totally right. That's part of the experience of playing the actual game. But for the theme park, we focused a lot more on the user side.
I wonder how you would do that though, because obviously there needs to be infrastructure in place.
Right. So we're going to have these unique action zones, the specific quests that you go on, and the way that you select those is you're in this hub, the battle arena, and there's a board that you see in a lot of RPGs and the Thieves Guild or whatever. There's a bulletin board, and a quest someone will just go slap a quest up on there, and you can just go take that quest and go complete it. So basically that kind of thing. It'll say, someone needs to go find this missing human or whatever, and so you'll take that quest, you'll go to wherever the quest tells you to head, and then that will get you into this interactive experience. That's going to be an hour or 2 hour experience, this one quest. And maybe at that point, your DM who's in your party splits off and is like, okay, I'll see you guys on the other side. And he gets to talk to the park employees. And they're like, okay, these are the 10 scenarios we have in this one action zone. We've got these different traps we can trigger. These are the different costumes that are...
You have these building blocks. Have fun.
Exactly. These are the costumes we have in this storage area. So these are your characters you can play with as far as the bad guys go. And we've got this one big chase scene at the end you can use if you want.
And you could theme that in a very fun way. Okay, check this out.
Okay.
So Dungeon Master splits off, right? Your party goes on the quest. Your Dungeon Master goes into a scroll room.
Ooh.
Right?
So
he goes into like this like dank chamber, and there's like scrolls that he can, I mean, like it's all user friendly enough that he doesn't have to like go through 170 million scrolls.
Right.
But like, okay, so like, like you said, these are the costumes that you have. It's like it could be one of these 5 goblin varieties that could pop up. Oh, I think it's going to be this one. And then he's in touch with them. Get this, crystal ball.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And so
he gets to see them and talk to them.
Right. And so his voice is booming over the loudspeakers, and the DM can use his character voices that the players are used to hearing from playing with him in his basement every week or whatever. It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
And what I was just thinking is like when the adventurers, the rest of the group that's not the DM, when they're just chilling at the battle arena, he can go back and talk to, the planning group, the people who empower the DMs to customize their things, and they're like, okay, what kind of stuff do you want to do? We've got 10 different battle, or whatever they're called, action zones available. What kind of campaign are you guys on right now? What kind of stuff would be appropriate for you guys? And then can just kind of tailor the experience to what they want. And then the DM can be like, okay, I think I'm ready to go. Everything's set up here. Send, a troll out to go find my party and give them this mission. And so then this like troll will like run over and be like, adventurers, come, please help me. And they'll hand him the poster for it, like I don't even know what you would call that, like the invitation to the quest. And then they'll know, okay, this is the one that our DM prepared for us. Like, let's go do this.
You know what? That is amazing.
I think it's a fun one, yeah.
I don't think many people would actually enjoy that, but like, I'm a DM for my group.
Right.
So that sounds amazing for me, like going backstage and like,
yeah,
maybe we need more goblins.
And you know what? That could be something that they arrange even far ahead of time. Maybe when you buy your tickets online, it says, do you have a DM in your party? And you check yes. And then the DM has to, go ahead and coordinate with them ahead of time so they can ensure they've got, okay, we're going to have 15 goblins in this scene, and they all have to talk. So they all need to be, human actors. So we need to make sure we've got 15 trained goblins ready to go by the time this party gets here. So it's more of a reservation, more planning involved in that situation. But I'm sure that's an extra cost that a lot of D&D parties would really be into to make it integrate into their campaign, or not. Maybe just go for the ones that these park professionals are DMing. Essentially DMing by programming what is going to happen during this quest. And you could even get like celebrities from within the industry, or YouTubers or whatever, to design their own campaigns in these action zones. So it's like, okay, on the week of March 10th, we're going to be having Dan Harmon has designed a quest that you can come, the public can come to and battle, and just kind of enjoy those kinds of like more seasonal, more like organically changing kinds of things where there's like unique events and instances that are only there for a limited time. Could be fun.
That's so fun. I would buy tickets now if Dan Harmon did anything D&D wise.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to Forgotten Realms?
Yeah, I tried really hard, but I really couldn't think of anything.
I mean,
and then this idea like hit me.
Oh.
Okay. So Tiamat is the god of evil dragons. Bahamut is the god of good dragons.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of a show and a ride about the battle of like good versus evil, Tiamat versus Bahamut.
Wow.
So like, so you would go to like their separate temples for the show portion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be an epic stage show. I can't think of any ride in the real life that would be like this.
Good.
Like a minor stage show, they act it out, and then after that show happens, you would go through to possibly like a giant dueling roller coaster.
Wow, that's so cool. So is it like you go to the two different entrances to the same roller coaster, and like you either get on Tiamat or Bahamut's like side, like their roller coaster?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Universal Studios Singapore has a Battlestar Galactica coaster that's dueling, and then you would have to like either enter the Cylon ship or like the human resistance ship, and then you would like get on two separate coasters from there. But they're dueling coasters; they would swing around each other.
Right.
What's really cool about that ride though is that like the Cylon side is like the type of coaster where your feet would hang down, and the human side was just like a normal coaster. So it was two separate types of coasters battling it out in like dogfights.
That sounds so cool. And like,
I don't think I'll ever go to Singapore, but I really want to ride that ride.
yeah, I'm just imagining all of the cool moments you could have between the riders in each type of vehicle, like making eye contact. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting when you're doing like a traditional like dueling roller coaster, like where it's basically just twins, like they're the exact same roller coaster side by side, and you get to kind of look over at the other cart, which is doing the same thing as you, except maybe they're going in reverse or whatever. But it's like I'm making eye contact with those people is really fun. It's like, oh look, we're racing them basically. But if you're on a totally different roller coaster going at totally different trajectory, and you see someone coming like out of the corner of your eye and they like fly across your path, that'd be so thrilling and so exciting. It'd be like a dogfight, really. That would be so cool. Wow, I really want to ride that. That was an awesome addition. I'm glad that idea came to you. Dude, that's awesome. I'd like to give a shout out to Reddit user Murtos, who had a really great point on Reddit. They pointed out that the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon from 1983, basically the inciting incident of that show, like how these kids got transported into a Dungeons and Dragons realm, was from going on a Dungeons and Dragons roller coaster. I had never even like heard of this cartoon before, but it's crazy. I looked it up. So basically, I thought it'd be cool to add an optional, like one of the entrances to the park. You basically get on a regular modern day roller coaster, where the ride attendants are just regular, like they're wearing regular theme park clothes. Basically, you get on the roller coaster, you go through, and halfway through the roller coaster, it kind of goes through a portal into the walls of the actual theme park itself. So you're going from outside to the indoor park. And once you're in there, everything is themed, like to the nines. The park attendants, everything. The roller coaster itself, everything just changes instantly when you come in from the sunlight into the indoors. It's like, whoa, now we're in this forgotten realm. And it's like kind of an homage to that show. It's definitely inspired by that. It's like you're going from being a regular civilian outdoors to coming into the park, and now you're in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. So I thought that was a really fun thing, and that's why I love using Reddit for building this community. It's awesome.